Blyth test route, 27th of August, 2025, 07:23 or 24, something like that. Subscribe. Subscribing is free. And the original audio not recorded for data protection reasons. Hello everybody, my name's Ryan, I'm a driving instructor and this is the commentary for this particular driving test. And with the result, obviously, because I was there at the end, this client person was unsuccessful for 3 serious faults. So we'll get to explore that, and we'll also have a little look at if there was any minors or anything like that. Recording this in the car, it's quite warm out, and I've got the window open, so we may hear a little bit of car noise as we're going through. The client was on sat-nav, and it was follow the sat-nav route or whatever else it was, and they've just made their way out of the test centre here, remembering to be on the correct side of the road. And I'll just pop a little hay fever tablet because it's been warm. I'm recording this quite early in the morning, just after this test actually. So let's have this. Today's tasty beverage is a McDonald's latte with 1 sugar. See, I do all sorts of coffee. I think I made a video on it once. Anyway, we're waiting by this sign. Now, this might seem stupid, but wait near the red sign where it says wait here or whatever else it says. Don't try and pass the red sign. You've got to act as if the red sign on the left-hand side, which you can see on the video, is your white line across the road. As it's temporary lights, they can't paint white lines across the road, so they put a sign up instead. From an exam point of view, if you pass that red sign, like before a junction or something like that, you would fail your driving test. And actually, in reality, it's like running a red light. And yes, temporary lights are real, and you can be fined for running a red light, even if it's temporary, by the police, which is nice, isn't it? Yes, bit of information there. We turn left. We've got no idea what's happening with that junction where the lights are actually. It used to be a roundabout. Don't know if they're going to put lights in it. They haven't really decided. This is part of Blyth's £4 million renovation of bus lanes and all sorts of things to improve transport throughout the area, which sounds quite ironic given that Cowpen Road in a few days' time, next week sometime, will be actually so busy it'll be impossible to get out. So there we go. Roundabout, following the road ahead, following your routine as you're on the approach, rear checks and all the rest of it. And as you're about to exit, signal left just before the exit that you want to take. Made a video on roundabouts. That's coming up in the next few weeks when I can kind of work out the end of that video because it's quite complicated. But yes, we'll come back to it. And they'll be published soon. So yes. Turning right at these lights, because you can't go straight on and you can't turn left because effectively they're both dead ends from the point of view of a driving test. Actually, I think left is a dead end anyway. Following the road around, and you're going to follow this road all the way along, making sure that you're about your road position and your speed. So 30 miles an hour, but she'd probably been told to stop on the left-hand side here. There we go, like a prediction, yeah, clever, isn't it? So as you're stopping at the side of the road, routine mirror signal manoeuvre, stopping in a safe place. As you go to move off, rear mirror, right shoulder, moving off, driving away, being sensible, getting up to 25 maybe along this road, having a look down it. It's a 30 mile an hour road, no signs up, default 30 mile an hour speed limit applies. So where there are no signs, it is 30. Where there are signs, follow the information on the sign. Road bends around the left. And we go past the garage. As you probably know, 7:20, right? Or 7:23:24, whatever the test time is sometimes quite bad. Also, excuse me, coffee here. Also, for the point of view of the examiner, this is effectively a slot that they're making up the numbers on. They're trying to get rid of this backlog by adding these additional early and late slots, the 3:43 as well. And the examiners are doing these not just out of the goodness of the heart, because they do get overtime pay for them, which is fair, because you should be paid for the work that you do, but also you should turn up to them. And today we had one that went out, which is the person that was on this video, and one no-show. If you no-showed on that driving test, absolutely shame on you. You could have had an opportunity to pass your driving test and you threw it away. And I hung around for at least 10 minutes and you hadn't shown up, so yeah, more fool you. The examiner was kind of not happy. He could have got to go and got a brew or something like that, or I don't know, gone into town. There isn't a lot open at that time in the morning, but he's kind of made the effort to get out, and he's kind of made the effort to do your driving test. Show up for it. I'm going to go round the right on this mini roundabout. Mirror checks all the time, following the road, and as you approach this roundabout, you're giving way to anything that's on the right hand side that's signalling towards you, basically. So this little white van, you would give way to that if you were approaching this. So having a little look across, identifying, just following the road. No biggie, no minor, it's just you following the road and identifying to see whether it is safe or not to continue. As you're driving along. It's about a mile from that roundabout to the next roundabout. Now I know which way they're going to go. They've already stopped twice, right? I know which way the route's going to go because the examiner's already described that at the end of this driving test. But the reality is that sometimes I look at it and go, yeah, we could kind of know either we're going to turn left or we're going to go straight or we're going to go right at the roundabout at the end of here. And it's knowing this next junction. It's knowing the two roundabouts that are stuck together. It's understanding. I made a video on it, Kitty Brewster roundabout. I think I entitled it 10 fails in Blyth, but actually it just refers to the same roundabout where you can fail at least 10 different times for being in the wrong place, the wrong time, the wrong lane, the wrong speed and everything. Practice makes perfect, as they say, and you should talk to your instructor to discuss with them on your wants and needs to do driving in and around Blyth. You should always speak to your instructor on his method of doing this because people's methods differ. Bit of a silly overtake on a junction, a bit of learner rage there from the van. Not sure why. It's 30. Well, she is a little slow, 24, but still not the point. Probably maybe picked up a minor for progression there, but no, she's back to 30 there. So maybe there was nothing doing there. Maybe it was just avoiding or being prepared for that crossing point and the hazard. 7:20 is a really rubbish time in the morning for a driving test because you get people in a hurry like that and they make a mess of the rules, and you've got to kind of watch out for people like that because they can actually make you fail your driving test. But yeah, I digress a little bit. 7:20, funny time. Same as the 8:20 test. If you're coming out and there's loads of school people about and makes it very difficult. Somebody open the door there, run wide a little. Right mirror check as you're doing it, and left mirror check as you're moving back. Being visually aware as you're driving down this road, you're meeting this traffic. Have a little look around, rear mirror checks, make sure it's nice and safe. If you see something behind you that's tailgating you, you're probably going to brake softer for longer. Was she keeping clear or was she letting the van out? 50-50 on that one, but actually there's no minor there. She's just being traffic aware and being courteous. It's not really a minor as such, but if there was lots of traffic around and you decided to let somebody across the junction, you can potentially fail your driving test for it. So be aware of it. But actually I think it was just this slow approach. Just kind of let them out. Following the road through these lights, as you come across, remember there's no solid line here, so if that light on the far right hand side turns red, you still continue because it's not your traffic light anymore. You've already crossed your white line, you keep going. Unless obviously there's somebody stood in the middle of the road. Crossing point, careful. Outside the Dukes. Up to the roundabout, going straight on at the first one, turning left at the next one. That's because I know which way they're going to go. First one, left hand side to follow the road ahead. Keeping to your lane, keep in position as you approach, looking, assessing, deciding and acting. There we go. Was there somebody there? Don't know. There's nothing that went past the front of her, so I'm suggesting maybe a little bit of hesitation there. It's hard to judge on that right hand side, but sometimes if you've got somebody in the other lane and they're not signalling, you kind of have to work out where they're going to go, and it can be a little bit difficult. Turning left on this roundabout, 189 south. Looking across and identifying, seeing if it's safe, and then moving it through. Exactly the same thing again, isn't it? You know, mirror signal manoeuvre, looking, assessing, deciding and acting. As you come down the on-ramp, national speed limit sign there, and also join the highway. So, right mirror, right signal, building up, 50 plus here, and we're doing 35 on there, so we need to be quicker. We're not driving the little silver car, we're driving my red one, because I got that back the other day. So, foot to the floor, let's get up 50 miles an hour plus here. Should be on it, should be absolutely driving away. Should be getting up 50 plus, getting hesitation and picking up minors now for going a bit slow. The car is very capable of doing up to 50, 60, 70 without really blinking. That's why I've got this car, because that's what the examiner wants you to see. 50 plus on the dials, but I'd have liked to seen the join go quicker. Again, go and practice with your examiner. So, candidate is coming off at the next exit as per the sat-nav route. We're going into East Hartford if you're really interested. It used to be like a test route that used to happen all the time. And people used to go and do it. It used to be a pretty easy route. Early this morning, should be quite capable of doing this, just following the rules. Seem to be slowing down again for kind of, maybe for the signage. Signage telling them there could be queuing traffic, so it's fine. But getting down below into the 40s at this point is a little bit silly. So again, you've got to be on it. You've got to be doing about 50 a mirror signal left before you get to the 100 yards, otherwise that happens. So she's going a bit slow. She got overtaken on the slip road. And at the roundabout, sat-nav screaming at you at this point, by the way. Turn right, third exit. Turning right, third exit. At the roundabout, turn right, third exit. Turning right, third exit. And there would have been a reminder said as well that she was turning right. So, if you are on the wrong lane, you go wrong. You intentionally or deliberately stay in the left-hand side and go left. Because that's logical. Because the arrow tells you to go straight on. Now, it's a pretty big roundabout, but as we are turning right, we are in the wrong lane to turn right. Third exit, because potentially about there, you can have somebody that's in that right-hand side and exits left. So you got all sorts of problems here, where the person hasn't gone in the right-hand side to turn right. And this is a serious fault on a driving test. Fail. We're going to go down East Hartford, 40 miles an hour on this road because the signs tell us it is. As we approach those signs, getting into this 35. Could be a little bit quicker. On the dials, I'd looked at them and we've compared them to a sat-nav. They're literally 2 miles an hour out. So if you're doing about 30 on the dials, it's 28 outside really. If you're doing 40, it's 38, but that's okay. It's a couple low. It doesn't really matter. But we should be hitting, on the GPS speed here, we should be hitting 35, 36, 37 minimum. Turning right towards East Hartford. So we're looking down this road and we want to go across to the right. Do we have anything there? Well, we've got a motorbike or something, haven't we? Oh no, it's a cyclist, sorry. Sorry if I offended the cyclists. I thought it was a motorbike at first. Correctly given way then, in that case. 20 through here. the car might scream at you it's 60 if you've got one of those cars with, what's it called, driver assistance or sign assistance or whatever it is. Just 20 all the way through, no minimum speed limit, just take your time, you're not in a rush. You should have been doing 60 on the dual carriageway, you should have been doing 40 on the A192, and all of a sudden you're going quite slow and it's quite boring and you think, yeah, what's going on? Now this video isn't particularly long, it's only 33 minutes and we are nearly halfway. Ooh. So actually this is the more or less the halfway point for this on this driving test. And we're going to go around the right because you can't go straight on because it's a big farmer's field. You'll be able to see that if you're watching this on a big telly instead of a little tiny phone. And we're just following the road. Lots of parked cars, give yourself a bit of room, don't get too far left. Could have got a minor for positional there, I think. A little bit close to these cars. Don't need to be, not being challenged ahead of you. Give yourself some room off to the right. I'm having my tasty beverage. It's nice. It's, yeah, it's not Starbucks caramel macchiato nice, but it's still quite nice. So stopping on the left, don't hit the curb. Quite big curbs here. Probably either doing a parallel or an angled start. Probably an angled start, to be honest. This will be the third time I stopped, I think. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, just doing an angled start, driving away. We're going to make our way all the way now. Now, sometimes on lessons, I turn people right here, and other people probably could as well, because if you go around the corner and on the left-hand side, you can sometimes do parallel parks, which is brilliant. So it's a great place to practice. We often, on a driving test though, carry on, and we go down to these cottages at the end. We're going to take this next right here. And we follow this road, and all you're doing, taking your time, mirror checks, identifying position, making sure it's nice and safe. The car on the video looks absolutely massive, as if it's occupying the whole of the road and then some, but it isn't. If you check those mirrors, you'll be able to identify how wide your car is and identify how much space you've got. We're coming up to another serious fail. Can you guess what it is? You've got 10 seconds to decide. I think that's 10 seconds. So, where was the serious fail there? Yeah, she's on the wrong side of the road to turn right. Should have been in the left-hand side. It's because you're following those cars, and you get to the end, it's a two-way road, so you should be on the left-hand side. Driving along, making our way. As we haven't done a parallel, oh, we're doing a park on the right. Okay, I was going to say, as we haven't done a parallel, often you get to do park on the right down here, and look what happened. So we parked on the right, we're going to reverse 2 car lengths, keep the curb on the left-hand side. Oh, no, on the right-hand side. Forget I said left. Park on the right, reverse 2 car lengths, keeping the curb on the right-hand side. Yeah, go, there, fixed it in the edit. No, I didn't, I just left it in, didn't I? Oh. Yeah, because I'm recording this as I see it, because there's no point in recording it and then going back and editing it, because I could put anything in it, couldn't I? So I'm just going to record it as I see it. So he's probably given her a good description of all of this. The clock's counting down. So yeah, all round checks, all round all the time. So all of your glass, all of the mirrors. If you've got a camera, use the camera as an assistance, having a look round at least twice during the manoeuvre. As you go to move off, rear mirror, left shoulder, moving away, potentially left signal. And there's this video about signalling I did a couple of weeks ago, so probably, actually, definitely, after you've done all your checks, put your signal on. Turning left at the end of the road. At the end of the road, we're going to turn left and we're going to go into the slip road because we can, because we have the ability to use the slip road on the left-hand side to exit this estate, because you should. There's 2 methods. You either come up nice and square and turn left and give way to all the traffic, or you can go into the slip road on the left-hand side, signal right and join that way. So there's two different methods really. Sometimes they'd say, go into the slip road, join the dual carriageway, which is probably what's going to happen here. So mirror signal, checking to see if it's safe, moving across the white line, building up your speed. Let's get across. There we go. Oh, that was a bit close. That was a fail. Yeah, that there probably was a fail. If you can't join, continue in your slip road. But was it a bit slow? Probably a bit thoughtless, maybe. Maybe the car that was coming in was a bit fast. Remember, everybody speeds down here. That's why they stick the speed camera out. Okay, roundabout, turning right, third exit, because that's the test route. Because the sign says it's past 12 o'clock, turn right. So you go in the right-hand lane, not the left-hand side, because you can fail your driving test for it. There we go, it fails our driving test again. So, a couple of points there. When you're merging and you can't get off, either give way to what is ever already on the carriageway and just stay in the slip road and go down the roundabout, and also turning right from the left-hand lane. I've seen a lot of people do this on this roundabout. It is a fail on a driving test because, well, the sign says it's on the right-hand side. The 12 o'clock rule it's a bit of a forbidden rule really, because sometimes it doesn't always work, and if you watch the video you'll realise why it sometimes doesn't work. And in fact there's some good examples probably coming up on this video. So there we go, third exit. So 2, turning right, should be in the right hand side to turn right. A join that was a bit poor, could have done better. If you're in danger, minimise your risk, just carry on in the slip road. Being on the right hand side at a junction, yeah, two-way road. You can't mark twice for the same thing, but you can certainly point them out. So thinking about that progress. Turning left at this roundabout because we're running out of time. We've got about 11 minutes left on this video, so this is literally just driving back to the test centre at this point. And your sat-nav route's probably ran out. Tasty beverage. Now this has been changed a little bit further up. They've changed the speed limit back to 50 and back to 40. So just being aware of it. That it used to be 30 and they've changed all the speed limits, so be aware of your surroundings. Actually this one's got quite a good reminder that it is 50 straight after the roundabout, which is really useful because it should be. So following the road all the way down. Temperature's definitely going up today. As I've been sat here, it's like nearly 9:10 in the morning. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter in my car. I've got the windows open as well, that's why you can hear some of the traffic. But yeah, it's quite warm. As you're coming down this roundabout, which is quite ironic because I came in this way with a client on the way at the driving test and she picked the wrong way. Let's see if she does it again. So right hand side to follow the road ahead. But on the sign, it says straight on the sign, which is correct because you're following the road. But when you actually look at the map and the overlay, it's actually slightly on the right hand side because the roundabout's sort of in the wrong place. Yeah. So that's a good example of where the 12 o'clock rule kind of follows, but actually in real life, when you look at the lanes are saying go in the right hand side to follow the road ahead, but the road's offset a little bit towards the right. There's another one where we're coming up to the roundabout. It's still 50 on here, so we're driving all the way down 50 miles an hour. It then changes to 40 at the roundabout. We're coming up to the signs and we're going to go and we'll probably follow town centre, I guess. Let's see. There's your 40 sign. So we're in the left hand side, so we're going to turn left at this roundabout. If we'd gone in the right hand side, it is offset as well, and the 12 o'clock rule Kind of makes no sense there. And it doesn't make sense on the one after Newsham railway station either. Into the 30 zone, following the road now. Quite ironically, we came in this way on before the driving test. I'd already done the manoeuvre, already failed though. 3 serious, potentially 4. Could have been 1 dangerous actually on that slip road. Especially if the car had moved. Should the car given them the space? Well, that's up to the car. If you were driving that car and you saw a learner with his indicator on, what would you do? Yeah, you'd probably move to the right because you've got more experience than the learner car. You should always respect the L plate. Even after you've passed, give them plenty of room. Come into a roundabout. How do you know that car's going to set off? How do you know that car's not going to stall? I know we're getting more and more automatics now, but it still could be a manual learner. You don't know. You don't know. You can't read their mind. You don't know if they're going to set off. Just following the road. We've got 6 or 7 minutes left, so we're probably going down Plessey Road, to be honest. Excuse me. Put me hay fever stuff away for tomorrow. Temporary traffic light there, moving through that. Looks like somebody's parked there. That was confusing. And we're just following this road, just being aware of your position, just being aware of what's happening. As you're coming up to the end of this road, up to Plessey Road, and you're in Newsham, and you're coming up to Newsham Crossing, and you're going to go follow the road around to the right. There's no white lines on the road because the traffic gives way to you. So as you make your way up, and you're making your way, and you're making your way, and you're making your way, you got this crossing, so that's your first little bit of a hazard. Then you've got another hazard with the cars on the left. Then you're going to bring it round to the right, and you've got another hazard with the keep clear box. Then you've got the level crossing, and there's nobody on the level crossing, so keep going. You're going into your roundabout, but you don't have to give way. The cars on the right have to give way to allow better traffic access. You're following the road around. Mirror signal off to the left. And off you go again, following the road. And sometimes you get parked cars near, so you've got to give way to priority over. So you'd have to give way to whatever was coming. A little bit of meet and greet. Understanding that. And then the road after this little old level crossing that got tarmacked over, then just being aware of your position and just following the road, really, all the way down Plessey Road. Sometimes they do at Newsham take you on straight on at past Blyth FC and do a drive into a bay if they haven't already done your manoeuvre. Take you down South Beach and along Rotary Way. And remember, in Rotary Way it's 30, not 40, as everybody seems to insist. They took the signs down over a year ago now, so it's definitely 30. Oh, looks like we're coming to a stop. Ooh. So this is the 4th of those stops. We did an angled start. There's no hills on this, so no hill start on it. Might feel like you're rolling, but you're not. It's just a camera thing. We're in an automatic, so it doesn't roll. Got about 5 minutes left, probably following Plessey Road all the way in. And we're just following the road. It seems a little slow, but maybe looking at the bin wagon, being nice and safe about it. Yeah, okay. And then increasing, fine. A little bit of a hazard there, just watching service workers, watching what they're doing. You remember there's another video coming up this week. On this video, yeah, somebody does something extraordinarily foolish. Video comes out on Friday at 5, which I think you might find quite entertaining. So we're just following the road all the way down Plessey Road. Hearing the bus going past. Into the roundabout, giving way to your right hand side, just being careful. Just following the road ahead. All the way down Plessey Road, meet and greet situations, just taking your time, understanding what's happening and being visually aware of everything that's going on. As I'm just going to move my phone and I'm recording it on my phone as a voiceover. Take my jacket off. I'm getting that hot in this car. It's getting seriously hot for no reason. There we go. Done. Yeah, good. Just taking your time, understanding what's happening, letting the car through if it's needed. There we go. Just a little bit of understanding between the two cars there. Moving along, past the taxi. We're coming up to the zebra crossing and also the crossroads. Remember that this is really quite tight, complicated. There's a lot going on. You've got to give way to a zebra, which is right on a crossroads, which is really difficult. And then when you get to your line, probably stopping and peeping and creeping. Moving up. So crossing there, into the give way. There we go. Look and assess and decide and acting absolutely fine, no hesitation there. Follow the road. So this is this video then. Got about a minute left. If you like what you saw, like the video, comment on it, ask me some questions if you're in doubt. We've watched this video together. And subscribe. Subscribing is free. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to have YouTube Premium. It is free to subscribe. I think I'm on 2212 as I record this video, which is fantastic. 2,212 people subscribe, but there are lots of people who watch this video who don't subscribe, so subscribe. It's free and you get more content like this, and you get more driving videos and more how-to videos and more ranty videos and things like that. We're coming in towards the end of this. We're going back into Blyth Driving Test Centre, or rather the big car park, Freehold Street. At the end here we just followed it round, and yeah, riveting, isn't it? It was a pretty simple-ish test route. It's following all the rules because of the time of the day. Can get quite difficult, but not a particularly long test at 33 minutes because there wasn't a lot around. But yeah, you have to make sure you understand all of the rules, unfortunately, and that the client's being caught out here. And driving there's me, walking towards the car. There we go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.